Mexico are the first team to make it to the round of 32, getting 9 points in the group stage. They won every single game. They won the first match that was against South Africa. Obviously, we all remember the game that had 3 red cards. They won 2-0. The second game against South Korea, which we all knew was probably going to be the toughest match for Mexico, and a lot of people thought that they might actually not win that game. Once again, they won 1-0, and then today, 3-0 against Czech Republic. Guys, bro, I had to make this video, guys. I had to make this video. The game just finished. It's almost midnight where I live in Toronto. I'm not in my normal setup. I was downtown Toronto all day. I just came back. I'm at a friend's house. I'm not even at home right now. That's why this may look horrible, but I'm trying my best. Bro, Mexico, how far can they go in the World Cup? How far can this team go? Honestly, I think they can go far. I actually think they can go far. Obviously, guys, now that they finished first place in the group, the round of 32 game and the round of 16 game are both in Mexico, which is like, that is one of the biggest things for Mexico. The home advantage that they have playing wherever it is, in Mexico City, in Guadalajara, wherever it is, it's such a big advantage because, bro, the Mexican fans are the 12th man. They call them the 12th man. The Mexican fans are absolutely crazy. But guys, Mexico in this World Cup, how far can they really go? That's the main thing I want to talk about today, because a lot of people maybe didn't expect them to finish first place, but even if they did finish first place in the group, a lot of people don't really expect Mexico to make it past the round of 32, definitely not the round of 16. And if everything goes to plan within the next few days, depending on where England finish in their group, if Mexico do get to the round of 16, then it looks like they could come up against England and Mexico, where most people would think that that would be the end of the road for Mexico. Guys, now I am a little bit of a Mexican fan. I have family in Mexico, so I may be a little bit biased. But Mexico, if they play good against England, they can win that game. They can win that game, because so far we've seen Mexico get 3 wins, which we haven't seen Brazil do, we haven't seen Morocco do, we didn't see Switzerland do in their group. We haven't seen any team do that yet at the time of recording this video. And they haven't even, in my opinion, got out of second or third gear. This Mexico team, in the 3 group stage games that they've been playing, I don't even think they've been that good. I think, Javier Aguirre, obviously he's been the Mexican manager for a long time. And I think so far in this World Cup, he's been getting the results for them. But have they really been good? Have they really been that good? Yes, they've been scoring goals. They've been clinical in good chances that they get. Quinones, when he has half a chance, he takes it, right? We saw Quinones already get multiple goals. Today, we saw the left back Chavez with an incredible goal. This guy ran all the way up the pitch, and then slotted right past the keeper. An incredible goal. I don't even remember the last goal, because by that time I'm already checked out. I'm celebrating that Mexico made it to the round of 32 with 3 out of 3 wins. But guys, like I said, I don't think that Mexico have really gotten out of second or third gear. I think if you look at the 3 games that they've won, I think Mexico have probably gotten 3 wins, but have probably been one of the worst teams to have gotten 3 wins, in the sense that I just don't think they've been particularly incredible. I don't think they've been particularly dominant in any of the games they play, but defensively, they haven't conceded goals, right, which is incredible. They've still kept 3 clean sheets in 3 games, which is incredible. In the attack, they're making use of their best chances. Now, in the midfield, I feel like sometimes they do struggle to retain possession. Sometimes we still see a couple mistakes here and there. We have seen the squad rotated a decent amount in all 3 games, right? We've always seen a couple different players starting here and there. Sometimes you see certain players in different positions. For example, in the second game against South Korea, we saw Romo play in the midfield. He ended up getting the goal, right? So I feel like this with this Mexico team, you really don't know what you're gonna get. But that's the incredible thing about it. And I feel like that's what part of the reason why they've won their first 3 games. Like I said, have they been incredible? No, I don't think they've been incredible. But I think they are doing enough to win. And I think that now, in the knockout stages, if they can turn it up a notch, if they can make sure that some of the passes, some of the stupid decisions that are being made aren't made anymore, if they can make sure that defensively they're even better, in the attack they're even better, guys, I think this Mexico team can go really far. I think they can go really, really far. Like I said, so far there's been certain mistakes, and they've been saved by you know, maybe a clinical finishing ability. Or for example, against South Korea, Rangel, the goalkeeper, made that incredible double save in the last few minutes of play, right? That really saved them in that game. So I feel like so far in the first 3 games, they have been somewhat saved by individual brilliance, like Quinones, like the goalkeeper against South Korea, right? Some individual brilliance. But I feel like if they can really click, if they can really get out of that second or third gear and they can play at their best level in Mexico, bro, I don't know who's going to beat them. I don't know who's going to beat them. And with that being said, if no one can beat Mexico in Mexico, then that means that they will at least get to the quarterfinals. At least. Because I think they will win in the round of 32 game. I'm not sure who they're going to face yet, but I do think they will win. And then in the round of 16, it will most likely be England, obviously, if they do finish first place in the group, which is pretty likely. And I think if Mexico play really well against England, I think they're winning that game. I think Mexico will actually beat England. I think they have a really good chance, guys. Honestly, I've been very, very impressed with this Mexican team. Today, I thought it was a great game against Czech Republic. Czech Republic, as we know, they haven't been that good. They've pretty much been trying to get all their goals from set pieces, from long throws, and that's how they've scored the 2 goals in this competition. But obviously, they do finish last place in the group. Crazy game, by the way, by South Africa to beat South Korea and make it to second place. So now Canada will face up against South Africa instead of South Korea, which I originally thought. But guys, like I said, in terms of Mexico, I thought they played very good today. I thought bringing on Memo Ochoa in the second half was brilliant. That's a thing of beauty. That's what you love to see, because they already won pretty much. They're already going into the round of 32. Czech Republic already done. Give Ochoa his moment, and that's exactly what he did, guys. He is probably one of the most influential players on the Mexican national team within the last 2 decades, and probably the best goalkeeper in their history, right? A very influential Mexican icon for Mexican youth. And to give him his moment, to give him his, I don't know, how many World Cups is that? Technically 6, although I think he only played in 4. Obviously, there's a whole situation with FIFA, but incredible moment for Ochoa and Mexico as they get their 3rd win in the group stages, 3 for 3, beating Czech Republic 3-0. But guys, let me know in the comments down below, how far is Mexico going to get in this World Cup? I'm calling it right now. I'm calling it right now. I don't care who they come up against. In the round of 32, they're winning that. In the round of 16, they come up against England. If Mexico play good, they will win that game 2-1. I'm calling it right now. I'm calling it right now. Wait and see what happens, bro. Wait and see what happens. But guys, I had to make this video. I had to make this video. The first day of the Match Day 3 games was crazy. Obviously, we saw Canada sadly lost against Switzerland. They come 2nd in the group. Switzerland come 3rd. Bosnia get the win against Qatar. We saw Brazil get the win against Scotland. We saw Morocco get a good win against Haiti. But hey, Haiti, the 2 goals, I told you they would score in this game against Morocco. We saw South Africa beat South Korea, but obviously the main talking point is Mexico, guys. Let me know how far Mexico will go in the World Cup. But obviously, if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, guys. Tomorrow we'll be back in my normal setup. We'll be doing a live stream. We'll be uploading videos. So trust me, this is just a one-time thing. But obviously, guys, stay tuned for the next video.